Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our webinar on harnessing the power of micro moments in the car buying journey. It's 2 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started today. My name is Alicia Merchant. I am a strategy manager here at Pure Cars on the agency team. So today we'll take a look at Micro Moments 101. We'll also take a look at the automotive tiers and how micro moments tie into each tier. And then we'll look at micro moments in action at the end. So to get started, we'll take a look at micro moments 101. As a quick refresher about micro moments occur when people reflexively turn to a device, which increasingly now is a smartphone, to act on a need to learn something, to do something, discover something, watch something, or buy something. Micro moments are where intent, immediacy, and context overlap. They're the I want to know moments, the I want to go moments, I want to do moments, I want to buy moments that are becoming increasingly important in the consumer purchase cycle. Because the world in general is heading in a much more digital first direction, micro moments play a huge role in most purchase cycles, including automotive. 92% of car buyers will now research before they go into a store to buy. So having an online presence has become a necessity in today's world. So Google actually took time and broke down micro moments specifically for the auto industry. They broke down the purchase funnel and then aligned tier 1 and tier 2 and 3 efforts in terms of micro moments and the keyword categories that could align with those moments. The highlighted moments down here in the yellow, green, and black are the ones for tier 3. These are the ones that we have the most control over and are the questions that have the highest likelihood of converting. What we'll do today is take a look at efforts at each of these different levels. So first, we'll start at micro moments at tier 1 and 2. So the very first micro moment here is which is best. This is the level where OEMs are running ads that target different award qualifications and different features such as safety or value. These are all very external and factual features. Based on the needs of the consumer, these awards can sway the very beginning of their micro moments journey. Although this is really the early stages of the purchase cycle, Google reports that consumers in this stage are signaling intent to visit a dealership within a week. What we did here is pulled an example of different comparison pages that OEMs offer. So this is where a consumer doing the first level of their research can come in and look at the features that each of the models or each of the different OEMs has and decide what is really best. The next is what is right. This is still staying at tier 1 and 2, but consumers move from what is best to what is right for them. This goes from the very external factors that we just reviewed to things that consumers can start identifying with. This is where the why comes into play. OEMs do a really good job of painting images of consumers' ideal self here and with their advertising and their taglines. So like you can see, Built for Tough is clearly advertising to a different audience than the Mercedes ad on the right that says engineered to move the human spirit. So just like this boyfriend in this image is getting distracted by the new girl, it's tier 1 that goes in and captures people's attention. But like I was saying, it's tier 3 that is actually going to do the heavy lifting. It's that girlfriend that's actually going to bring more substance in his life. So just like the girlfriend in tier 3, these are going to be the micro moments that truly guide a consumer to their full purchase. So taking a look at these tier 3 micro moments, these are the moments that matter. These are for the consumer, the can I afford it moments, the am I getting a deal moments. These are the where should I buy moments. For the dealer, these are the areas where you need to be prepared, you need to be there, you have to be useful, and you have to be accountable. Not being there or being present at this point can really deter the entire chain of moments that came before here. So digging a little bit deeper, here you can see that the micro moments about affordability really tie hand in hand with proper inventory. It's essential to show that you have specific vehicles in stock, what trim options exist for each, and the price points for each. This can be done through model and trim-based keywords that showcase your inventory and take users to those pages on your website. For example, tier 1 searches can be something like Mercedes safety ratings here, whereas tier 3 would show a lot more personality. It would be something like black Mercedes GLK lease. So of course you're seeing a lot more information here in that tier 3 search. The image on the right here is a screenshot of our BDC app that helps sales reps in the showroom be able to highlight these features and information about multiple vehicles a consumer could be interested in. This tool helps further highlight those tier 3 answers potential consumers are interested in and helps drive a much more relevant conversation in the showroom. We all know that a car purchase isn't a casual purchase for most people. It's usually expensive and very time consuming. And for the most part, it's really not seen as an enjoyable experience. This is where one of our final micro moments of the purchase funnel, am I getting a good deal, comes into play. So taking a look at the screen, which of these two do you think will incite a more positive reaction from a possible consumer? The example on the left here uses a unique photo, displays the MSRP and any applicable discounts. You can also see that they have a very specific set of actions they want to drive a consumer to, whether that be see my price or get your VIP price. These are clearly the most valuable conversions for the dealer and most likely are the highest converting actions as well. The example on the right, however, uses a generic stock photo, does not display any pricing, has a ton of different actions so as to lead to consumer confusion. And then not showing the price could also lose the consumer's trust at this point. Just taking a quick look at both of these, it's usually going to be the one on the left that's going to be the one that's inciting a more positive reaction. Of course, you're not always going to have pictures and pricing for all of your changing inventory, but it's really important to stay as on top of this as possible and keep your pricing simple. And although it may seem like most of our micro moment questions tie in with search, it's also really important to push these through to display. This is again where proper inventory management will help users see what they're getting a good deal on. Search is a demand capture platform, whereas display is demand creating. And display will also be valuable for retargeting those users that have already come onto your website that you're trying to make sure that you don't lose. And these are a couple of examples of our PureCars dynamic ads that actually display the actual pricing and incentives that you may have on specific vehicles. So we've come to the last and possibly most important micro moment. Where should I buy? Where should I buy is directly related to our brand and regional campaigns along with your GMV. While some dealers may not find the value in paying for their own name, neglecting to support these really inexpensive and highly converting low funnel campaigns will hurt overall performance. If you're not buying your name, someone else will. We also know that Google's teaching is to optimize your brand and regional terms to 80 to 90% impression share, because these are your low funnel keywords before even moving up the funnel to your inventory-based keywords. This is something that PureCars follows, and this is how we try to set up all of our campaigns. Your Google My Business listing here also plays a huge role, because the information about hours, location, and phone number will either lead a consumer to you or to someone else. According to studies, inbound calls to dealerships are actually on the rise. About 28% of those that call you will actually come in to buy that vehicle specifically. So these phone calls are really important, and having your number there also extremely important. And just, tying that or honing in on that a little bit more, Google says that although much of the car purchase journey has moved online, when the moment is right, consumers will still need to find the dealership and get into the dealership to make that purchase. So let's take a look at our micro moments in action. So here we've made significant updates and revisions to our platforms to better align with Google's micro moments and to support different OEM heavy ups with all of our OEM partners. On this screen, you can see the different micro moments that we just reviewed, the types of keywords that are most relevant, and then examples based on Jeep on the right. So like we looked at before, these are really generic, just very at the top. Then these have a lot more personality down here about the vehicle, and then all the way down to where they can actually go in and make a purchase. So how can PureCars help here? So PureCars has unique inventory-based keyword campaigns in search, and the capability to tie in with your inventory feed to only show the vehicles that you have in stock. This is not limited to just the models. This is all the way down to the trim level. PureCars can also use that same feed to create dynamic ads that show your inventory and pricing for both display and on different sites, and then on a user's Facebook feed. PureCars also has partnerships with most OEMs and can tie in their micro moment strategies with yours without losing your uniqueness. So for any questions, any further information about PureCars and how we can help you align with Google's micro moments, please reach out to Liz F at purecars.com. And here, just again, to reiterate our OEM partnerships, we have OEM partnerships with everybody here listed on the right. And we are the largest automotive platform solely to focus on digital advertising, and we are the third largest digital provider advertising within Tier 3. At this time, we can open up for any questions that you might have. All right, our first question is, are micro moments limited to just search? No, like we saw in this presentation, we can definitely tie in micro moments to your display advertising. Micro moments at the top tier level are also about video. So that's a lot of what the OEM does. And then you can always use Facebook, which is a great way to tie in micro moments as well. Okay, and our second question here is, where can I go to learn more about PureCars micro moment alignment? Like I said, you could reach out to Liz F at purecars.com, or you could go directly to our website, purecars.com, and read all about our micro moments there. All right, we'll give everybody a few more seconds here to input any questions. All right, it doesn't look like we have any more questions today, but thank you so much again for joining us for our webinar, and we'll see you guys again at the next one. Thank you.